In today's video, we take a look at a man who calls his girlfriend ungrateful for her attitude. And this woman here is showing the true and innate nature of modern women. But before we jump in, please make sure to subscribe the channel and turn on the bell notification.
So he came home and he was like, babe, I lost my job. I'm like, all right, cool. So a month later, like the bills, it was time for the bills or whatever, and I'm like, the bills due, babe, or whatever. And he was like, okay, I'm not working. And I'm just, in a month, like, it's all kind of hustles. You could have been doing something or whatever. So I told him, I said, look, if I pay these bills, are you going to pay me the money back?
What?
This man had the nerve to tell me, why should I pay my wife back for paying our bills? I told this man from day one, my money is my money and his money is our money. Why should I spend my money paying the bills?
She belongs to the streets.
I know he should have paid me back. So that's when I decided, like, I can't be with this man no more. So I had texted his homeboy. Like, we all cool. I texted his homeboy or whatever. We went together. I met up with him. And we was chilling, we was drinking or whatever. And I started venting. I started getting emotional. One thing led to the next. I did not purposely mean to do what I did with his friend. But things happen. Like, y'all understand what I'm going through. So
Don't act like you didn't know exactly what you were doing. At least have the courage to accept the responsibility of your own actions. Because apart from that, I don't think your husband can even expect anything from you. As you are the exact prototype of the woman men don't want to deal with but are forced to do so.
His friend ended up giving me some money or whatever. And he was like, babe, look, don't worry about it. Handle whatever you got to handle. Like, his friend was every single thing I desire in a man. Like, everything I desire in a man. And, ain't nobody trying to hear my side. Ain't nobody trying to hear me out and what I went through. Like, that's not okay. That's not cool. You made a promise to me and you broke that promise. How am I wrong if I told him who I was and he didn't stick to what he agreed to? Like, that's not love. If you love me, you gonna pay them bills. You gonna do what you told me you was gonna do as a man.
That's a damn shame.
Look at him. Y'all see this? Look at me. Y'all see how I look right now? This man that brought me on a date to Shake Shack. So you could have took me nowhere else better than Shake Shack.
And Shake Shack is a good spot.
And this what you got me.
Any other
That's
female
it.
would have loved to go to Shake Shack.
You got me 2 sandwiches and a drink.
So what? And it cost me $50 for just this. You act like you ungrateful. That's why I don't even like going on dates and stuff like that. You said, let's go out for lunch. Surprise me. And I took you to Shake Shack. And this is how I'm going to show the internet how ungrateful women are.
Show them.
You feel me? Still about to eat
I ain't said the food was nasty. I just said I wanted something else.
What do you want to do?
I mean, shoot. I mean, right here in the South Side. I mean, all these fancy restaurants over here. We couldn't have got something that at least gave me some silverware.
She only wanted the expensive date so that she could brag about it on social media. She isn't interested in him one bit. And that's why his reaction is so genuine about not going out on dates and doing stuff for women. And this is also the reason as to why most men are walking away from relationships, as called by this man here.
Right. It's really scary stuff because I read this statistic recently that said that there's somewhere in the neighborhood of 30+% of women are single, but it's in the neighborhood of 60% of men.
Really?
Yeah. See if you can find
really high.
I know.
In what
does
age
seem
group?
Really high. It's 18 to 49 or something.
Oh,
like
wow.
that. I don't remember the exact numbers, but it's young men.
It's a shockingly high.
It doesn't make sense, like why there's such a disparity between the genders. That men are so much more single than women. Like that doesn't even jive.
Yeah. How does that
make
sense?
Most men are single. Most young women are not.
Maybe the guys are just saying they're single, and all the girls are like, we're in a relationship.
It is just a research, right? So it's just a survey, I would imagine. 30% of U.S. adults are neither married, living with a partner, nor engaged in a committed relationship. Nearly half of all young adults are single. 34% of women and a whopping 63% of men. Like,
wow.
How does that work? How does it work if there's roughly 50% women, 50% men? How could 34% of women be single and 63% of men be single? It says, not surprisingly, the decline of relationships matches a stride with the decline in sex. the share of sexually active Americans stands at a 30-year low. Around 30% of young men reported in 2019 that they had no sex in the past year, compared to about 20% of young women. Only half of single men are actively seeking relationships or even casual dates, according to Pew. That figure is declining.
And it would continue to decline because modern women aren't willing to change their paths. And now men have no problem letting them go on it. Because most of them are man-haters who blame men for anything and everything wrong in their life, while not taking even an iota of responsibility. And the best part is that you can see them regretting their choices thanks to the internet.
Well, I did it. Here I am on my new bed, my princess bed. It's amazing. I feel like a different person already. I feel like I can do whatever I want, and I'm not responsible for anybody anymore but me. I don't know. Things aren't going that great. I just keep thinking about what it used to be like when things were good. And maybe all of this was my fault. Maybe I'm a selfish, narcissistic. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the one. I don't know, but I'm kind of struggling. All that fake, all that happy, oh, I'm doing so great. I think I was in shock. And now it's coming like into reality, and I don't know.
But you do know what just happened in your life, because you were the one who did it, and now there is no going back. So please enjoy your freedom and your princess bed.
I know this is just a separation, and there are a lot of worse things in the world than this. I just don't know what my life's gonna be like. The last few days have been super traumatizing for me. My own fault. It's always my fault. But anyway, I didn't know. Well, I guess I did know, but that I would have this really strong reaction physically, trauma reaction, to finding out that my estranged husband has been having a new relationship. You can't imagine your husband and your children having a great time without you or with a new woman. And I think the hard part is that because I'd been with him for so long, since I was 18, for him to be in a relationship where he is in one, and you can't.
You couldn't imagine that your husband can move on from you, and that was the delusion you were living in. And now that you have surfaced the reality, him getting in a new relationship and being happy is the last thing you wanted to see.
Anyway, this really lovely woman, I cut her hair and do her highlights, and I do her kids' hair and her husband. And they invited me to dinner tonight. It's Saturday night. And I was getting ready to go, and I bought the kids little gifts. And I just thought, I'm going to go and have dinner with these people and their children, instead of being at home with my own. And I wonder what I'm doing. It's really not. I don't know what to do. I don't know why I feel like this. I miss my family. I miss being a family. It's so hard. It's really hard. It just hit me. Like all of everything I've ever known is gone. My family isn't here anymore. I mean, they're here, but we're not together.